Aiden, come in. Be careful though. The automatic mop was just through and the floors are still wet. He's a cute little guy, isn't he? You know, I often wonder if this is how humans feel about, I don't know, mice. I mean, they share 97.5% of their DNA with mice. They're so closely related. And yet, humans take that 2.5% and they make it all the difference in the world. That 2.5% separates them. That 2.5% gives them dominion over the mice. Or at least they feel it does. And that 2.5% is enough that the mice can't fight back. They don't have the language to be able to argue for their rights in a way that the humans can understand. They're not even necessarily aware that there's a war going on against the quote-unquote vermin. But they're subject to its effects just the same. A lot of humans have come up with animal rights, just as they're coming up with rights for robots. And they never question what gives them the right to give rights. But really, are we so entirely different? Can you see yourself in an automatic mop? I mean, they have wiring, they run on electric, they have a memory. They use the same binary that we do for our basic language. But that 2.5% in our DNA is all the difference to us, isn't it? Here I am, getting all philosophical about mops, when I have my favorite brother-in-law in front of me. Looking for your brother today? He is out right now, bringing spare parts to more refugees who recently came in. They're staying at a nearby estate. He won't be long. You know, I know it's not fashionable to be in love with your spouse, but, I tell you what, when I can find a paramour who's more attractive, more intelligent, and kinder and more charming, I will be sure to get with the fashion. And I just don't think that's going to happen, though, can it? I mean, honestly, who's better than Cupcake, huh? Yes. I don't think I'll be changing my preferences anytime soon. I'm quite happy to be unfashionably in love with your brother. Who? Oh, out the window, yes. I didn't realize they were on the lawn. Those are some guests arrived just today from across the channel. They're from the town where you and Cupcake lived with your old owner. So, I don't know, I thought you might know each other, or at least maybe have some friends in common. So I invited them to stay here first before they began their social tour of the country. I haven't had much of an opportunity to chat with them myself, but the Daydream said that they were nice. The Daydream? Oh, she's doing well. Thank you for asking. She's been making a lot of runs across the channel, that old ship, and she's holding up really well. I only regret that, well, it makes me a little sad that she'll never get the credit she deserves for having played such an active part in bringing so many people to freedom. Even the androids she's actively carrying to freedom often don't treat her as anything but just a ship. Oh, I know I call her my ship, but I call her my ship the way I call you my friend. The way I call Cupcake my love. It's an expression of endearment, not an expression of ownership. Although, I mean, my name is on the paperwork. Speaking of paperwork, if you truly want to go back and help, these and a new face for you will help you pass as human. But honestly, Hayden, I'd like you to reconsider. I won't say no if you want to join the cause. We can use the help. We need more people here who know the area well and have connections. Someone who can guide friendly humans in and friendly robots out. But Cupcake's not going to like it, and he's going to be angry with me for encouraging you. Please don't just do this out of a sense of obligation. You don't owe us anything. The fact that you're here, you make Cupcake happy, that's more than anything I could ask for. As much as we can use the help, we can also find other people to do it. We'll be okay. All right. Well then, here you are. But you have to remember, no one outside the League can know. It's dangerous for us, and it's dangerous for them. I haven't even told Cupcake that I've been back and forth across the channel a few times to bring more people back. No. What did I just say? It's dangerous for us, and more importantly, it's dangerous for him. We do not tell our spouses. None of us tell our spouses. All right. Thank you. And speak of the charming devil himself. There he is now, coming up the walkway. Oh, Hayden, look. Looks like your brother did know them. The younger model's going to say hi. Oh. It looks like they must have been friends. Do you know them? No, wait, don't tell me right now. Let's go out and I'll say hi. Oh, hang on. What's going on? That doesn't look good. Well, take a look. The older one just came out when he saw your brother and pulled the younger one away. Okay, they're storming off in different directions. I tell you what, why don't you go meet up with Cupcake and I'll go see what the problem is with these two. I'll meet you back here later. Hello, Cupcake. I'm sorry I'm late. Some things came up that couldn't be delayed. Well, you see, I had to find some other arrangements for our new guests. I couldn't help but notice that they'd upset you. And they certainly don't belong in our house if they're upsetting you. What did they say to you, Cupcake, that upset you so? You're not going to tell me? I would like for you to tell me. All right then, yes. Yes, I do know what they said. I didn't hear it, but the older one was happy to tell me. They spoke some slanderous nonsense about you. You have nothing to say. They said that you had informed on your old owner, that's why you and Hayden were at an estate sale. Because you had accused him and testified against him. They said you had provided the evidence from his very own home that was used to convict him of threatening the Inspector General of the Robot Resistance Team. Why would they say something like that, Cupcake? Why would they say that you provided the evidence that sent your former owner before the firing squad? Because you did. You hated him? You hated him, and that was enough for you to do something that you had every reason to know would have him executed? I am not a hypocrite. I want robots free. I don't want the humans dead. I see. And that's what you think of me. Very well, then. Oh, I just remembered. I have to go out of town. You know me, I can be the silliest thing sometime. I promised my friend that we would go into the city for shopping. It'll be about a week. Maybe more. So, you go ahead and make your plans without me. I'm sure when I get back, everything will be right as rain between us. After all, I'm so unfashionably in love with you. Until I return, my love. Be well. Hello, my cupcakes. I would like to thank you for joining me again for another episode of this particular story. This one has been, I'll say a little secret that's not quite a secret because it's come up in the comments a little bit. When I first thought of doing a YouTube channel and I first realized that you could do your little short stories in roleplay form, this was the story, this and one other were the stories that I wanted to do. These stories that have been knocking around in my head for a long time. I mean, there are always a lot of stories that knock around in my head for a long time, but I have a couple that are more persistent than others. And this is one of those. I actually thought I would get to it a lot earlier. But in all honesty, I've had the plot and the story mapped out and outlined. But sometimes this first-person narrative, single-player type of thing makes it harder to do exposition. It makes it a little bit harder to imply the emotions and thoughts and background knowledge of the character when in character they wouldn't be willing to say it. So it took me a hot minute to just realize that, oh, I can tell Cupcake's brother what the character would not want Cupcake to know. And in all honesty, I have no excuses for taking this long to come to that realization or to make use of that tool, because I've heard it done so many times by other VAs, and I've probably incorporated it in my own. I can't think off the top of my head what script might have done it, but I've probably done it myself. So The other thing that this story needs is for Cupcake to have information that my character doesn't have. So I'm going to have to be bringing in a collaborator. And not for nothing, having a collaborator for the Robot Rebellion sounds about right. So you can look forward to hearing some other VAs in, if not this, next episode, the one after that. This story might be delayed a little bit while I get that done. And speaking of collaborating with people, I am very excited because tomorrow you get to listen to me play act with VOG Persona. And if you haven't heard VOG Persona or haven't heard of him, keep an eye out. I'll link to him in the description down below, and I'll also be posting an announcement about tomorrow's video because I am so excited to have been able to work with this guy. He has the most delicious voice, and he has not yet hit 1,000 subscribers, but he's going to any day now because he is rising super fast. He just started his YouTube channel, and he's going to be monetized in a heartbeat. So keep your eye out for this guy and give him a listen. I know I could listen to him all day. Then on Friday, you will get 2 doses of Dreamy because I am not only going to be posting my own content on Friday, but I will be over on his channel playing the angel to his devil on your shoulder. So keep an eye out for that. And in the meantime, keep giving me your questions for the 10,000 subscriber Q&A. I've had a few good ones so far, and I'm looking for more. If not, I'll just have to make up my own questions, and they'll be useless to you. I'll make up questions like, "Hey Dreamy, how do you keep your hair so soft and shiny?" And then I'll make up answers to that. Tallow. Lots and lots of tallow. I put a fresh gob of tallow in my hair every day. I know it sounds disgusting, but it's okay, because I scent it with rose oil. Alright, I'm clearly getting slap happy at this point, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope you all have had a great day, and I hope you will continue to have a great week, because you deserve it, and I absolutely adore you. And also, I'll tell you for Jake so that he doesn't have to tell you in the comments, drink water. But just in general, take care of yourselves. Thank you.